Welcome to City Insider. This is the YouTube channel that will bring Man City fans the latest news of the club in our hearts. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Barcelona and Manchester City receive largest FIFA World Cup payouts. Barcelona and Manchester City are receiving quite the large paychecks for their players' contributions to the FIFA World Cup last year. The way it works is based on the number of players the club had playing at the tournament in Qatar. The top three clubs in payouts are Manchester City at $4,596,445, Barcelona at $4,538,955, and Bayern Munich at $4,331,809. FIFA basically pays out $10,950 per player per day regardless of how much time they play at the tournament. Jack Grealish sweats it out in 35-degree heat during Dubai training session days after Ibiza beach party. The Manchester City star has taken full advantage of his treble-winning exploits by partying in a number of hot spots throughout Europe. But now, the England international has shown he knows how and when to tone down the festivities ahead of the new season. Grealish again looked worse for wear, but this time, during a sweaty training session in the sweltering summer heat of Dubai. In a recent video posted to his Instagram account, Grealish was visibly hot and tired after an evening training session alongside Nike master trainer Jamie Reynolds, who is renowned for his work with a number of Premier League stars. The 27-year-old shows off his face and chest before filming Reynolds attempting to hit the crossbar, alongside the caption, "Training in this heat." It is all a far cry from the past few weeks, which has seen Grealish living it up in Ibiza and Cannes. Last week, Grealish was seen partying at Ibiza's Ocean Beach Club alongside Wayne Lineker before being led out of a club by Pounds. It was not his first taste of Ibiza till summer, after his 48-hour stint on the party island shortly after Manchester City's Champions League final success in June. He later claimed that the three-day party that swept through Istanbul, Manchester, and Ibiza was the best weekend of his life. Manchester City reportedly reject bids for ex-Sheffield United loanee James McAtee. The 20-year-old is back at his parent club after helping Sheffield United clinch promotion to the Premier League. Despite his tender age, he became an influential figure under the tutelage of Paul Heckingbottom. According to The Sun, Manchester City have knocked back bids for the prodigy, with Pep Guardiola planning to have a proper look at him. A technically gifted playmaker, McAtee made 43 appearances and scored 9 goals for the Blades during his loan spell at Brummel Lane. Following the end of the 2022-23 campaign, McAtee was said to be attracting interest from numerous clubs, including Leeds United and Aston Villa, while it was also claimed Sheffield United were keen to bring him back. However, as it stands, McAtee and fellow former Blades loanee Tommy Doyle are Manchester City players. Journalist says club are open to selling phenomenal player Man City were linked with. Journalist Charles Watts has claimed that Arsenal are willing to sell Kieran Tierney, who has been on Manchester City's radar in recent months. Back in April, it was reported that the Citizens are looking at a potential transfer deal for the Gunners fullback. More recently, journalist Paul Brown suggested that the Scotsman would jump at the chance to join Pep Guardiola's side should the opportunity arise. Now, the subject of Tierney's future at the North London club has come up again, with one journalist suggesting that a path could be open for City to potentially launch a transfer move for the defender. Speaking in a recent video on his YouTube channel, Watts had this to say about Tierney and his current situation at Arsenal. He said, "The club are open to Tierney going. It's just a case of if a good offer comes in, then they'll consider it, and at the moment, clearly, that good offer hasn't arrived yet. Whether it does, remains to be seen." The 26-year-old joined Arsenal back in the 2019 summer transfer window from Celtic in a deal worth a reported fee of £24 million. Since then, the Scottish international, who Alex Ferguson previously hailed as a phenomenal player, has made 123 appearances for Mikel Arteta's side across all competitions, scoring 5 goals and delivering 14 assists in the process. Man City braced for Saudi bid with Pep Guardiola to hold talks with treble-winning star. Riyad Mahrez will hold talks with Pep Guardiola about his Manchester City future amid interest from Saudi Arabia. The treble winners are bracing themselves for a £30 million bid from Al Ahly for the Algerian international. It's understood City boss Guardiola doesn't want to lose Mahrez and would like him to remain at the Etihad, but Mahrez, 33, is open to seeing out the remainder of his career in Saudi and knows he can quadruple his wages there. Mahrez still has 2 years remaining on his current deal at the Etihad, and while he's undecided about what to do next, he was disappointed with his lack of game time towards the end of last season. Mahrez was an unused substitute in both the Champions League and FA Cup finals. He is keen to establish if he's still a big part of Guardiola's plans before making a decision. Al Ahly returned to the Saudi top flight after surprisingly being relegated. They are one of the 4 founding clubs, including Al Nassr, Al Hilal and Al Ittihad, that were taken over earlier last month by the country's public investment fund, PIF, which also owns Newcastle United. If he decides to join Al Ahly, Mahrez would link up with former Chelsea star Edouard Mendy, who joined the Saudi club earlier this year. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.